Yo, 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 this is Jesse. Thank you for watching Jesse Online. Make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe button. And I thank you all so much for your love and support. I really appreciate everything that you all have given me, whether it be financially. You can always reach out to my Cash App if you felt drawn to do that. Or if it's just a like, if it's a comment, I see it all and I appreciate all that you have done. Let's get into the topic of discussion. Listen, I was on Threads today and I saw that everybody was going off because they was like, Jamal Bryant done took the knee. He done took the knee. And so I said, what's going on? Well, I guess allegedly, well, not allegedly, wholeheartedly, he done went down there to the good people in Minneapolis to the Target Corporation and said, we done with this whole war against Target mess. So let's get into it. Now, I went over here to Joy 105. Shout out to Joy 105. And they posted the entire video. I guess he had did a little speech. So let's get into it really quick.
And accomplish in the future. Leader Mallory spoke to what CEO Michael said to the 400,000 employees in terms of us not being treated with the highest level of respect. And the question that has been asked of us over the last year, of 35 Fortune 500 companies who have walked away from DEI, why did we pick Target first? And the answer to that resoundingly is Target is the only one we invited to the cookout. They were the only ones we felt were kissing cousins. They are.
What? Bro. See, first of all, let's start here. I wish we would, this whole internet age, can we agree to that we're going to leave the cookout in 2025? There is no more cookout. Because y'all always talking about cookout, so we can invite non-black friends and neighbors over to the house so we can have a funky good time and show them how we get down over here in the black community. Can we leave that mess back there in the back? Because first of all, I don't fool with a lot of you black niggas. I don't fool with y'all. So there is no more cookout. Ribs are damn $20 a damn slab. And you think I'm finna eat my food with you? There ain't no damn cookout.
The only Fortune 500 company that got a hood nickname. We called them Target because we had let them into the house.
He lying. Because we call Walmart Wally World. Just culturally illiterate.
And so it was not just a abandonment of DEI, but we felt as if it was a betrayal to it. Target exceeded not just the $2 billion by Easter, they'll do at the 97% mark, but in our meeting with Leader Mallory and Bishop Daughtry, they went above that with $100 million in grants.
Credit for leading things, which they should, because we all lead in our own right. But it took real work every day, even when at times we felt a lot of things. Sometimes betrayal, sometimes just tired. You're fighting against a massive system. And the fact that we were able to stay the course is really special to me. And of course, Jamal, who is my brother, my big brother, and, his creativity, your creativity, let me not speak as if he's not in the room. Your creativity is incredible. What you have been able to do, not only in your life, but in your ministry and everything that we see happening, you should be celebrated for it, because it is certainly, you had the thing that helped us to kind of bring this to another level. And we all needed one another. We all needed to play a specific role. And so I'm grateful to be here, and good afternoon to all of you. Thank you for those who are tuning in.
And accomplish in the future. Leader Mallory spoke to what
All right, we're gonna stop there. I think I've heard enough. I think I heard exactly what I needed to hear. It's so many things to unpack with what I just saw. First of all, let's start here. So it's been a year since we started the whole Target ban, Target boycott, woo woo woo. And it wasn't just about blacks only per se. It was for all minorities, or everyone that is not generally a white straight male, you know. So that's what the whole fight was about, the whole deconstruction of the DEI ordeal, or rhetoric that Trump has been pushing. Unfortunately, people's lives are on the line right now, but we choose to sit here and make everything so ultra political, because what all of these companies did in regards to beating down DEI showed us that we really should owe no loyalty to any sort of corporation. Whether you're black, whether you're poor, whether you're a first generation college student, no matter where your background is, we really owe no loyalty to any type of corporation. And also, what we've seen is that we do, as because this was primarily a black fight, it was black leaders that were pushing this. um it shows everybody that we still have the power to boycott and do it successfully, even though a lot of people was like, I ain't about to stop shopping at Target, and I'm not about to stop shopping at all. I'm about to keep doing me. And that's why your tail sitting up here broke now after all these tariffs that came to town. But anyways, you know um this was primarily a black fight. So it showed us a lot of things when it came down, because Target suffered a lot. They had a lot of losses in 2025. That's why they've done so much of a push of trying to do a lot of community engagement, trying to, focus less on DEI and focus more on community efforts and things of that nature, even though it's still a bunch of bull crap, because it's like, y'all fell so easy to the whip when other companies said, well, we're not about to just totally get rid of our equity and diversity and our inclusion. We're not getting rid of that. It's a lot of companies that still have DEI. I work for a company that never got rid of their DEI program, even though it's not officially called DEI, but we never got rid of it. And there was no talks of getting rid of it, even though, anyways, I'm not going to get into that. But everybody didn't take the knee, all these colleges, because as we see, as we can tell, Trump did a lot of this. That administration did a lot of this. They're too all over the place. One week you in Iran, one week you in Venezuela, one week you fighting DEI, one week you doing ICE, one week you doing. It's so much going on. It's too chaotic. But it just, the reason why a lot of us were so upset, it was just like, you just easily took the whip and you didn't have a backbone, and you didn't stand in the fight of solidarity with your customers, to the customer base that you kept pushing in on. Oh, we're going to have Black History Month celebration. Oh, we're going to have Pride LGBTQ celebration. And we're going to have a little thing in the front for you to come and get all this expensive crap, and all of this and that. So, but Jamal, yo, read the damn room. Oh my God. Y'all don't know how to read the room. This is what has been going on this week. While you're going down there, I don't know what check you signed. I don't know what you put out to get in, honey. But this is the reality of the situation. Black unemployment rate as of February 2026 is currently at 7.7%. And for women, it's even higher. And that's not even including the people that have been off of work for over 6 months. because there's a lot of those out there that's been out for work for 2 years, 3 years, a year, 7 months. This is just for the people that are actually getting unemployment dollars, or the people that's trying to enter or re-enter the workforce. That doesn't even include them. Think about all the college students that just graduated that, I was only working a part-time job, so I'm trying to get a leg up. I'm trying to do the American dream, and the American dream is dead to the bed. But you know what? Honestly, truly, I'm not too utterly shocked by Jamal in this whole move, because when we saw him and his wife, shout out to Dr. Kari Bryant, I don't think they're the worst people on the planet or nothing like that. I'm not gonna call her $2 hoe like Bishop slap a hoe face said. But I will say this. Jamal Bryant, I saw what type of time you were on when you made that whole dress thing a political thing, a religious thing, a social hierarchy thing. You want to be a celebrity. You want to be a Malcolm X. You want to be a house husband of Atlanta. You want to be a preacher. You want to be a grifter. You want to be too much. You got too much going on. Pick a battle. We don't. And first of all, Jamal, this wasn't your idea. This wasn't your fight. Black Twitter, Black Threads, Black Facebook, Black Instagram is the one that made it a big deal about boycotting. The only thing you did was you organized things. That's the only thing you did, was you organized it. Now, I will give you that. But for you to say that the fight is over all of a sudden, it really feels like a slap in the face. And then you doing this whole, you got on, designer frames, and you doing this whole press conference, but nobody asked you to sign up to be a civil rights leader. Nobody asked you to do any of this. Who made you the damn person, the CEO of the black community? Who made you the civil rights leader? Nobody made you that. And see, what you should do, instead of trying to capitalize off of the necks and backs of my neck, my back, oh my God. But instead of trying to capitalize off of our lives, the daily life of the everyday black man and black woman or non-binary person, how you doing? Instead of you trying to capitalize off of that, why couldn't you have found or partnered with someone that is outside in the community doing the work? That's what we really need. We don't need any more preachers out here. You trying to be a celebrity. We don't need no more preachers out here trying to be the celebrity, the political science major, trying to be the economist, the finance department, trying to be the damn pastor on TV half the time. Then they find you down there at the strip club. We don't need that. Martin Luther King, that was his primary duty, was working with the NAACP. Even though he was the reverend, but from what I heard, he wasn't like every Sunday out there at Ebenezer. That was his primary thing, was I'm focused on getting civil rights for my people, using my influence specifically for that. But Jamal is all over the place, and no one asked for him to do any of this. If it was too much for you, you could have sat down a long time ago. If the death threats was too much for you, you could have sat down a long time ago. But what we need somebody that, like Isaiah Martin. I love him. Shout out to Isaiah Martin. Anyways, we need people like that. People like Jasmine Crockett, even though, sometimes we be like, We need people like Candace Owens, even though she on the docket forever. But we still need people that's a little bit more radical. I'm tired of people still playing the whole we can get along to get along game. This isn't 2018, and it's definitely not 1992. We're in a different era. We're in a different age. We're going to have to get a little bit more radical. Sometimes you have to fight fire with fire. And we need people that have the money and the influence to back up the people that are radical, because that's exactly what happened over on the other side of the political spectrum. They got somebody that was radical, they put all of their money and influence behind them, and that's why they currently have all three branches of government and still ain't getting a goddamn thing done except blowing people up that don't deserve nothing. Mind your business, because we got enough problems over here. Mind your business. So that's why we got bullies going around the driving up the national debt currently. We need people to get a little bit more radical and actually get out here on these streets and start talking to people and start asking questions instead of always sitting in closed session rooms. We need people that are actually out here on the streets talking to everyday people so we can start seeing and hearing the stories that actually matter. No more of this political thing as usual. No more business as usual. We need a little bit more fight. If you're going to sign up, if you're going to jump up and you put up a website and you got all your mugs and t-shirts and all this and that, if you got all that going on, before you do that, make sure that you able to cash the check that your ass wrote. Make sure you able to do that before you just jump up and say that I'm a civil rights leader all of a sudden, because you don't have the heart, you don't have the passion, you don't have the drive. You got too many things going on. We need somebody a little bit more ready to go down for the cause. And if that even means losing your life, unfortunately, that's what it means. Y'all too soft. Sorry. People like me, I'm like, I don't care. Child. But anyways, make sure y'all sound off in the comment section. Tell me how you feel, because you might not agree with me, and that's okay. I'm respectable sometimes. But no, I'm respectable as long as you're respectable of me. You might not agree with my opinion. You might say, hey, I think you a little too radical. You sound crazy. And that's okay. That's not the first time I've heard that. As long as we keep it respectful. So also make sure you hit me up on Instagram at LILJESSYE. If you have any questions or if you have any stories you would like for me to talk about here on the YouTube platform, make sure that you hit me up at my email address, Jessy, JESSYEINC @gmail.com. I thank you so much for watching this video. If you made it to the end, again, make sure you hit like on the way out.